Hope so.
What's the team's reaction to Derwin getting his deal done?
Finally. You know, he's a great player, man. And every time he's on the field, it's a whole different defense. The way he plays, the way he runs the defense, just the attitude he brings. You know, I think it was inevitable for him to, you know, get his next contract. You know, just a matter of time of when, and ended up getting it done today. And glad to have him back on the field.
I know he's been out here, but how much did you kind of feel his absence actually during practice?
Yeah, I mean, not really, because he's done a good job. That's the leader he is, because he's still vocal on the sideline. He's still vocal in our walkthroughs and our meetings and things like that. So he was very present with us.
How would you feel like today went with the offense?
Yeah, you know, when you get these joint practices, especially early in training camp, early in the year, there's a lot of learning. You know, we didn't know what they're going to come out in, and they showed us some looks today, you know, defensively that we weren't really prepared for. We're kind of figuring it out on the fly, and you know, they're going to get you sometimes, you're going to get them sometimes. It's a push back and forth, right? We don't really game plan, like we just watched, you know, a couple clips last night. Hey, this is what we expect, but no idea really what's going to happen. So you come out, play, you compete, and you try to adjust on the fly. I like that because it puts us in situations where it's a little bit more stress on our team, and we're going to see how we're going to react, right? Because that's where you really see the true value in your team, how you can actually, you know, react and play under the stress and under times where it's not going your way and things aren't maybe as planned out.
Is it mostly protection stuff?
Yeah, definitely. So when I'm speaking of things that we haven't seen, it's definitely some protection stuff. You know, they got, you know, Michael Parsons out there, you know, running around. You know, he's a problem. You know, they give us some matchup problems where they got 5 big, you know, D linemen in the game and him, so it puts our back on him. Some mismatch, especially when you can't cut out here in practice. So a couple times you see me get blasted on the ground because, look, I'm not going to take your knees out in the game or out in practice, but in the game it's going to be a little different. You better protect yourself. So no, it's fun. It's fun to come out here and compete, and you know, it's good to be challenged. You know, I think we all need to be challenged in life, and that's what practice is about. And you know, take advantage of it.
Talking about challenging, your running back group, you're challenging the other guys to step up and kind of fill in your role or help you out, if you will. How has they been receptive? How has that message been received by your guys?
For me, man, just even on that, I see it as 2 different perspectives for myself. Like me in the short term out here, year by year, I'm trying to prove that I'm the guy that's going to be the most efficient on the field. You want me to be on the field the entire time. You want me taking every snap, right? And then on my other personality that sees my longevity of my career is like, hey, it would be nice if someone was like stepping up and actually earning some other reps as well and taking some hits off my body. But my short term, you know, I'm bringing everything I can, trying to get them going as well, because I know it's going to take all of us in the room. It's a long season, you know, we need some guys to step up, and I preach that every single day. And you know, I can only preach it as much as I can, but then it takes, you know, them to take initiative and actually step up and make sure they're putting in the time, and however that is for them. You know, we're all different. So I've been seeing, you know, Joshua Kelly, you know, layer down tree. You know, Zay's been really, they're all bought in, right? That's where it starts, and then it comes out to compete and execute.
Since you're not seeing snaps on preseason games, how important are these 2 days of joint practices, and you kind of treat this as your first role?
I mean, you know, coach came out to say like, hey, like we've heard, like, hey, this is our preseason game. It's like, for me, I don't really see it like that, because like every day I'm coming out here trying as hard as I can. You know, like it is different because we're adjusting to a different team. Absolutely, there's that aspect to it. But as far as me coming out to compete and try to get better every day, it's the same thing for us. I'm going to do that regardless if the Cowboys are here, if we're playing the Chargers, or if we're going, you know, against ourselves in air, right? It's all about being on my fundamentals, making sure I'm efficient, making sure I'm in the right spot, doing what I'm supposed to do. And so I think it's just a good mix-up for us. Definitely when we're able to see a different team, because now we can, you know, adjust a little bit, play against someone else, and not keep hitting ourselves. But for me, yeah, I feel like every day is, you know, our preseason, you know, until we actually get, you know, until Sundays.
Austin, what did you see today from Justin Herbert? What have you really seen over the last 3 weeks?
Today, you know, yeah, we were definitely challenged today, you know. Like I said, heads up on this ball. I think we're good. All right.
That's perception.
Yeah, you know, we were challenged today. I think, you know, they gave us some problems up front, you know, just with the fronts that they were giving us, and so that was putting him in a situation where he's gonna have to start getting used to, like, hey, this might happen in the game, you know, like there's gonna be times where the pocket collapses on you, step up, you gotta make a throw, or decide, you know, learn to tuck it, or things like that. So it was good practice. You know, all this is good practice, whether you're, you know, doing well or being challenged or you're doing bad. It's all stuff you can learn from and try to continue to, you know, just keep rising your game. So, you know, I'm trying to see the most consistency out of him. You know, he's running our offense, and we want to see that. And today was another day just to get tested.
Is there an overarching scheme we've seen from him over the last 3 weeks?
An overarching theme from Justin.
Just something that he's better at, or anything
I mean, it's hard. It's really hard because we're not into the games yet. Because he's always been pretty consistent, you know. But practice is practice, right? It's not necessarily when, you know, we have, you know, live shots coming at you, people trying to actually take you to the ground, and you have to really react to really people trying to sack you. So it's tough. He's been the same player he has been since the past few years. He's definitely learned as far as knowledge, just being in the same offense. But other than that, can't really tell yet. But I'm looking forward to it.
Austin, what adjustments have you had to make to your preparation to get ready for a regular season when you're not getting those preseason?
Yeah, I think Coach Staley said it best last year to us. Like, make sure that, and it's just another layer of how you approach practice. Really, he said make sure that you're treating these reps as your preseason reps. Obviously, the main thing is not being able to simulate being tackled and making people miss. Like, did that guy actually make that tackle on me or not? That definitely would be an on-the-fly adjustment in the games. And you know, that's the point, though, right? That the point is to get you to regular season. You know, so there definitely will be an adjustment going into the regular season. But right now, it's, you know, another 98% of football, which is being in the right spot, your assignment, using fundamentals and technique, and then the last, you know, little bit is, you know, what you can do, trying not to get tackled. So you can still get out here and get the work in.
With this becoming a theme now, I mean, your guy benefited from preseason games, right? You're able to make a roster that way.
Yeah.
It seems like this is sort of the new wave for a lot of teams, a lot of franchises. I guess, what are your overall thoughts about it, and maybe this being the way that the game is going?
You know, I think it's great. I think it's great if coaches want to play, you know, their starters. You know, sometimes they'll play them for a drive or, you know, a quarter. I just think it's a great opportunity, though, for, you know, younger players to get live action. Like you said, you know, that was a big part of me making the team. You know, so it's definitely a part of the game that I think should stay around, because there's not a lot of opportunities. They're very limited. Like, it seems like when we're in camp, seems like it's really long, but it's really not compared to the actual season. So you have a little window to make your mark on the actual team and show that you can, you know, contribute.
What's your thoughts on Zion Johnson and what's he brought to the offensive line?
Yeah, man, wow, what a great guy. Like, I was actually talking, because I'm building my app, and so I was talking to him because he was in cybersecurity. Just a smart guy, man. I love that from him, and he's just a big guy too, just ready to work. He's a young guy that's just, he's a sponge right now. And he just physically has it, and now it's just, you know, bringing the mental part, locking it in, you know. And what you want in all your guys is them to be receptive and be able to actually, you know, comprehend information that's coming in. And just knowing, just talking to him the other day through that conversation, talking about cybersecurity, I'm like, yeah, this guy's got it mentally. That's going to help him be a better player. And now we just got to put it together and come out. And you know, he played well in the first game, driving people off the ball. Love to see that, and hopefully he can keep it going.
How did you feel like Larry, Josh, and Isaiah played in the preseason?
Yeah, I thought they ran hard. And they had very limited mistakes. And I think another big thing of it is that we saw was special teams, right? Special teams is going to be a huge part of it. You know, that's where I think it's going to be, you know, that third spot and the second spot really are going to be solidified with who's contributing most on special teams. As far as what they did in the running back spot, they were solid. They made the right cuts, hit the right holes, ran hard. You know, they're going to be themselves. Josh had some great catches, getting up the field, running hard like he has. But like I said, special teams is going to be the Terminator.
Austin, is it a good thing that they haven't really separated from each other? Like, they're all moving forward together?
I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe not for them, right?
You know, like, I don't know. I really don't know. I know, obviously, as in that situation, you'd want to separate yourself.
Right.
But this is the National Football League. It's really hard to separate yourself and show, especially in a short period of time during training camp where we're not really going live, that, hey, you're this much better than this person, right? Even the guys that are top, for the guys that are like average, it's not much. It's a little bit of consistency here and there that puts people over the edge. So they have a great competition going right now. We all do, and it's just in that room in general. And that's what we can just keep pushing that pressure on ourselves, right? Keep putting pressure, and then it comes down to the end of the day, we'll see how it plays out.
Sometimes in these scrimmages, it gets testy.
Yeah.
And I noticed out here, I thought it was pretty respectful.
Yeah.
How do you find that level to get your work in, but it doesn't get overboard between the two teams?
It comes down to your team leaders, in my opinion. What's up, Freak? It comes down to your team leaders. You know, what is your team about? And then, you know, it starts with, I think, with your coaches, and then the guys that are, you know, that people look up to on your team. And if you have some respected guys there that are giving a message to your team, like today, even, you know, I was talking to the other linebackers before we did one-on-ones. I was like, look, guys, let's go. We're going 100%. We're trying to make each other better, but nothing extra. Like, we're just here to work. We're trying to get better, and then we'll move on. You know, and it's having those conversations with them. They respected it. They were about it too. It was like, yeah, now we can have some friendly competition. You know, it's football. Things are going to happen. There's going to be people on the ground. It's fine. We'll get up, pick your guys up, get back to your side, and we'll move on. And so it comes down to, I don't know what happened on the defensive side, but today, offense, you know, we stayed together and moved on. You know, we definitely got challenged today. Like I said, some new looks. And so it was a little frustrating, but you keep your head together, stay together, because at the end of the day, that's all you have is your teammates.